thankful that he called in today, because last Friday I had also a live Tahrasta live program, and then he was one of the viewers who called, and he said, like, how can I approach SUA? How can I help you? Exactly the topic we are talking about today. Yeah. So I was really very pleased to hear his voice again, Dr. Michael Salme. He had basically two questions and a suggestion. He said, like, why aren't you, or are you willing to open branches, fur'i, as they say in Aramaic, SUA, Syriac Universal Alliance branches, also in other parts where you don't have organizations yet? And as I told him last Friday, and actually as I also said in the beginning of your program today, Maya, is we had a few organizations that are now either dormant, it means sleeping organization, or they are just kind of passive, who are waiting to be revived, resuscitated again, breathe in new life again, you know. And we are working on that. It's in our program, because we are not content to have the organizations we already have here. We are very pleased with them. But if we really want to do work on a global scale, as he emphasizes the word Tibeloyo, universal or global, then we should really have branches or representatives on the ground in every country, basically, where we have Syriac people living. So my answer to our brother is we are working on that. Second, and maybe he can play a role in it, and I would be very happy if I think he has a background in Syria. Yeah.
Let's mention also that the website we already did, but if you can say that's
yeah, it's a good point, because I've almost forgotten it. I will write it down before I forget, but first I want to say something about his other point. He says, like, now it comes more like an advice, like you should not only focus on the Syriac Orthodox community, but also include other religious traditions who are structured on the Syriac or Aramaic tradition. He mentioned the example of the Syriac Catholics, the Maronites, the Syriac Protestants, the Nestorians, Chaldeans, and I can be very clear in this. First of all, we have in our board, our treasurer, our chief of finances, is actually Chaldean by origin. So we don't make any distinction at all. And on top of that, we are also having good contacts right now with Syriac Catholics. I saw a friend of mine yesterday. He's Syriac Catholic. And we also have good contacts now with the Maronites. And we will meet our Maronite friends in Lebanon in a few months from now. We have been invited by them. And also by our Maronite friends in the USA. And we will also have discussions with them. So we are certainly willing and even working on these issues already. And I'm very pleased that he raised the issue, because we want to hear their thoughts.
That this is what the people want.
Exactly. So coming to the website, I want to make a small correction here. When they Google now on the Syriac Universal Alliance, they come to SUA-online.org. But this was the old address. It was online till 4 or 5 years ago, 3 years ago. But it's not active anymore, and it does not belong to us anymore. So people should not confuse the SUA-online.org with the new address. The new address is, as they can maybe see.
Maybe we can, our friends in the other room can put it on the screen, that this is the real address, the actual address of the SUA. So like Mr. Michael mentioned, that of course it's a lot of old information, because actually it's not the one meant to be.
This website, the SUA-NGO.org, is not online yet, but as we said earlier, we will try our best to have it online in 2 weeks or so from now.
So it will be
updated
at the end of this month. You can start it from next month, July. Absolutely, you will find all the information on the web.
Correct.
Do you have anything more for the...
No, not really. I think
for the question,
I am only happy that people like him, and we have a lot of them, just approaching us. And he's not the only one. We have received, as Daniel said before, we have received many emails and even phone calls of people all over the world, from Germany to the USA and Sweden to even Australia, to offer their assistance. And we are very pleased with such kind of, willingness to offer their assistance to us, and we really need that, and we appreciate that, and I think this will also sharpen us. If they put us under pressure, we will do the job even better. And if we have them aboard, we will do it even better if we can make use of their
Everybody needs
qualities.
encouragement. Everybody needs acknowledging what they do.
Exactly.
And this makes me also ask you now online, what can I do? How can I help the SUA if I'm needed?
Thank you very much for the suggestion. I always, this is also important maybe with regard to the job descriptions. When people send us an email, the first thing we always ask is, can you please introduce yourself to us? Can you please tell us a little bit about who you are, where do you live, where do you work or study, and what is your background? I mean, intellectual background, working background.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us a little bit more about that so that we have an insight in who you are, so that we can create a profile and see where we can put you in the organization. So this would our reply to you first. So can you please tell us a little bit more about yourself?
That would be the first question. Let's skip the answer and go further to what else do you need. I mean, I really being here not only as a reporter, as a host, being here as an Aramaic Syriac person. Here's all this stuff that you're doing, guys, makes one very touched and very encouraged and motivated to stretch out a hand for you, because it's a lot of working and you really need help.
I think one of the other points that we also want to touch upon as well is that this is it seems like very serious work, doesn't it? But we also want to add a little bit of fun to it as well with what we're doing. So otherwise we would go crazy, to be honest with you. But
we are people who have sense of humor.
We do.
Yeah, even if we're working hard and serious.
Absolutely. But so one of the things that we are also will be launching soon, and this is the first you're going to hear about it here, and we will launch it soon through a letter which will go through all the federations, and then we'll do it on the Facebook and emails and TV and Syriac and blah blah blah. Is that we're also, one thing that we are as a people lacking is a national anthem for our people.
Oh.
And so what there has been for many people have always asked us, and particularly Johnny, when can we have a national anthem? When can we have something that makes us proud, and when we can hear this song?
Yes.
So what we're going to do, working with Syriac, is we're going to launch soon a competition which will ask all producers, songwriters, and performers to submit their songs to a panel of judges, and it will also the judges will also include our people. Our people will also vote, and there'll be a live performance, which will occur in September, October time, where we will launch a massive gala event, not to rival American Idol or anything like that, song contest, nothing like that. But we want to have a competition where our people vote on the winning song, working with the
and that's
judges.
The last step.
And that's the last step.
Yeah.
But we also for this competition, which we will launch soon. So this is just to introduce it. We will need people to help with that, and that's going to be a big event for our people. Our people will vote on the national anthem, so it's not just 3 people in a suit and a bad tie trying to decide. It's our people deciding. With a panel, so it's very exciting that we're also going to try to do different things. We're working with our federations to also do different things, not just us being so serious about human rights and whatever, but because that's important too. But
I mean, how great and how honored I feel to have this announcement on the spotlight tonight.
There you
to have this good news about the national anthem. Whose idea was that? Was it yours or?
Well, basically ours. The whole
both
board.
of you, or
the whole board decided together.
It's great.
So it's going to be very big. But there's so much happening. There's so much we need to do. Again, if you can help, please let us know. And please, I plead with people to work harder than us.
We will
I
go
want people
out
to, you know,
we will go out with a lot of commercials about this, so don't be worried.
yeah,
Just
Thank
come
you.
up with such
worry.
ideas.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
So be good.
What else? Tell me more about the future plans.
Well-
I mean, I know that this is a traditional question. I hate traditional questions, but we have to go there.
Well, it's good. You know, it's always good to keep